Time for a conversation this morning on Wake Up Nigeria in the spirit of International Women's Month. We will be having a powerful and thought-provoking conversation with Damilola Osikoya as she shares insights on why women must take charge of their own stories and how storytelling can reshape narratives and drive real change. It is indeed a pleasure to have you in the studio with us.
Thank you.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Very well, thank you. International Women's Month is drawing to a close. Today is the last day of March, of course.
Yes.
Now, there are stories for different women, and indeed, a lot of women have a lot to share, especially about their lives. I was having a conversation with the ladies yesterday, and it was based on something everyone talks about, yet we just see as not so much of a big deal in a woman's life. For you, I do wonder, personally, when International Women's Month comes year in, year out, how does it make you feel?
Really powerful, because it's a reminder of what we can do as women, and it's a focus on women representation. And as a filmmaker that shape culture and narrative to storytelling, it is very important to highlight the importance of why women need to tell their stories, because every woman in any shape or form already have their own stories, and when you don't tell it, the world tells it for us. So it's actually like a very powerful thing to be at the helm of shaping these stories, telling these stories in its originality. And I must tell you, it's also an honor.
Now, as a filmmaker, just as you said, you get to create and change the narrative. The unfortunate truth is, over the years, we've had movies that have put women in certain light, movies that have put women in certain situations that are supposedly uncompromising. And there are movies that have also made it seem like a woman has to be this way or that way. A woman shouldn't thrive too much. A woman should be, she should put herself below certain ways if she's going to be successful and all. So to see you going into filmmaking, how are you trying to influence that?
When you talk about this narrative, if you look at the people at the helm of telling this story, they're usually not women. Of course. And
of
again,
course.
that is the problem. Like, when we keep quiet, we let people define what they say about us. And that's why it's so important as a woman to be at the helm of telling this story in order to reinforce women representation, because a lot of this narrative are not the way it is. And you know this. And as a woman, we know what it is. We live the experience. We understand it. And if we don't actually try to now tell the story, so it's important to me as a filmmaker to be able to, at every point in time, with every project being put out, in fact, that is majorly how project is being selected at my own film production company, is shaping how these narratives are and telling the story the way it's meant to be told in its original form. There's a recent project out which is about women representation in music industry, because usually you think women need to have this persona where they're aggressive and they have to be very nonchalant to be able to make it in the industry. Wow, that is not actually what it is. Women can thrive when they collaborate, when they do things together, and that is what the film is about. It's a musical, and it's a powerful women representation story, and that is what I love to do. That is what, and I understand the impact and the influence that has in shaping the narrative of women, and it's just amazing to be part of those kind of projects, and those kind of, and even in businesses I've built, in my personal life, I've understood that if you keep quiet and you don't, silence is like a permission for another person to tell your story. So at every point in time, you have to put yourself out there, whether you're afraid or not. It's important to be the one telling your own story.
So that story is what I really want to know about. Let's start from how you got into filmmaking. What inspired it? What led to it?
Like I said, I've always been in the travel industry. I've been, travel tech company that caters to travel, which is about moving people from one place to another physically, right? On the other side of it, filmmaking is almost the same thing. It's moving someone from one place to another, but emotionally, you know, like trying you transcend people's mind and feelings from one place to another, shift the mindset, the narrative. It's such important because again, when you do travel and you curate travel experience for people, nobody's really telling the story of how that is done, and there's an emotional feel to it as well. Like when you travel and you come back, you feel so good about it. And when there was need to diversify in business and do something else, filmmaking just seems like the right match for it because again, it's something that you already do physically, and now having to curate that emotionally, and the whole process of actually making film is like magic. It's organized chaos, but it's actually like magic in the end, from post-production, selecting the stories that need to be told, to the actual production of it. If you ever been in a film production set, you will never watch film the same way again. So it's just the excitement, and at the end of the day, when you see the heart that has been done, the magic that has been produced, it's kind of addictive to want to do it again and again.
Now, the travel industry, yes, in that way, it's similar to the film industry.
Yeah.
But that's quite a segue. You're moving from travel to film.
Yeah.
How did you set up your production company?
It's different collaboration with different people, and it is getting like business investment. It's a whole lot of things, But initially, it set out to be like a equipment rental company, and then you already have all the equipment. Why not make the film? And that's also to the power of how powerful women can be, and how we always like strive to like do things and make things better. And that's how got into like this thing, because we already work with teams that make films anyways. And being able to provide all the necessary things that is needed to actually make a film production ready. So the times when we're not renting out the equipment for people, we're doing our own in-house projects. That's why.
So what's the name of this recent film?
Okay, so the film production company is Switch Visuals. Recently, in collaboration with Judith Audu Production and No Filter Gates Foundation, we just released the film Evie, which is like a musical drama. And then the travel company is Voyage Quest Travels.
Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. So looking to say 5-10 years time, what should we expect from you?
So already trying to like launch a music record label.
Interesting. So we're going from travel to film to now the music industry.
Yeah, and that's a very good ecosystem, because in film you also have like music scoring and all of those things. They're kind of connected in a way, and music is also a way of shaping the culture. You know this.
True. It's a fundamental part of film. Many people don't seem to realize that.
Exactly. And if you look at it, really, there isn't a lot of female executives in the music industry. And it's something I'm excited to explore.
Wow. So setting that up, though, what are your plans? What do you intend to achieve with that? Because I can see you're really women-centric. And so it's making me wonder, is it going to be a company where you'll be working with women only, or what's the vision?
I'm men-centric as well. There's a balance to it. But it's majorly just, giving opportunity to people and letting, women of like mind have this opportunity to where, they can, work on their talents, the investment can be pushed towards, pushing their good music and talent, and also like giving fair chances to talent, to be honest, because again, it's always been men at the helm of these things, and I'm not saying it's not good, but again, can we make it better? And also just having that fair opportunity where, like literally when women goes where men have to decide their fate and all of these things, sometimes even when it's not, it looks like they're being subjected to what they don't want. There's a fair chance when you're working with a woman as a woman. You know it is what it is. It's not like there's any hanky-panky behind it. And it's just being able to give that fair chance to, rising and budding talent. And at the end of the day, making good business out of it.
I see you're really particular about women and all. Okay, so an average woman watching you right now, what would you say to ginger her?
Yeah, I would say regardless, whatever, do not give anybody the permission to tell your story. You do it with fear, do it anyways, post, be intentional about what you do, communicate, build your own community, find your tribe and stay with it. Collaborate. Sometimes it doesn't work out, but what do you gain to lose anyway? Just put yourself out there. Yeah.
Just put yourself out there. That's the way to go. Thank you so much for your time. It's been quite an interesting conversation. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I look forward to more of your productions. Looking forward to that record label you're trying to set up, especially the artists that come out from it. And hoping your travel business continues to thrive.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for your time, indeed.
Thank you. Yeah.
All right, at this point, we'll take a break. You're watching Wake Up Nigeria.